Today we'll be talking about the cerebrum. The cerebrum is also called as Palion, and it's situated in the anterior cranial fossa, the middle cranial fossa, and the supratentorial part of the posterior cranial fossa. So we'll be talking about the external features first. First, let's talk about the surfaces. So here you have your supralateral surface. This is the medial surface, and this is the inferior surface that is divided into two parts. This is the orbital part and this is the tentorial part, and it's divided with the help of a lateral gyrus. Now the external features also include three lobes. The first one is the frontal lobe, then the occipital lobe, and between the frontal and the occipital lobe you have a temporal lobe. So till now we studied three surfaces and three poles. Now we'll go to the borders. There are four borders in total. So the first border is the superomedial border. The superomedial border is dividing the superolateral surface from the medial surface below. This is the inferolateral border. This is dividing the inferior surface from the superolateral surface above. On the anterior part of the inferolateral border, you have a superior ciliary body. Then this is a medial border, and in the medial border there are two different parts. The first one is the orbital. This is the median orbital border, and this is the median occipital border. So till now we discussed about the four borders, which were the superomedial border, the inferolateral border, the medial occipital border, and the medial orbital border. And then we talked about the three surfaces, which is the superolateral surface, the median surface, and the inferior surface. And we talked about the three poles, which were the frontal, temporal, and the occipital poles. Now another feature of the external features are the lobes. So you have four different lobes: frontal, parietal, occipital, and temporal. So we'll talk about how these are divided Okay, so now we'll be talking about the sulci and gyruses. Now each surface has the different sulci and gyruses. So we have three different surfaces, so we're going to talk about it in three different headings. So now we'll be talking about the superolateral surface. The superolateral surface itself is divided into four different parts. That is the frontal, the occipital, parietal, and the temporal. Okay, so here this is the diagram of the cerebrum. This is the superolateral surface. So now this is the superior part, inferior, this is posterior, and this is anterior. Okay, so now I'll be dividing this into, see this, okay, this is the central, this is the central sulcus, and the central we have to divide all the other lobes also. So here this will be a imaginary line, that's why it's in dotted. So because we have to divide it into four different lobes, so I'll draw an imaginary line here and one here. So now this will become, the most posterior one is the occipital lobe, this is the frontal lobe, this is the parietal lobe, and this is the temporal lobe. Now we'll discuss only the frontal lobe for now. So there's a central sulcus. So obviously in front of the central sulcus you will have a precentral sulcus. So this is your precentral sulcus. Now in front of the precentral, this part is divided into two, and this line is called as superior frontal sulcus, and below there's an inferior frontal sulcus. So this is superior frontal. So this is the superior frontal sulcus, and this is the inferior frontal sulcus. Okay, so this space between the two sulcuses, this is called as the precentral gyrus. So this is called as the precentral gyrus. So between the central sulcus and the precentral sulcus is the precentral sulcus. This part is called as the precentral gyrus. Now, because of the superior frontal and the inferior frontal sulcuses, this part is divided into three. Now, this is called as superior frontal gyrus because it's on top of the superior frontal sulcus, and this is the inferior frontal gyrus. This is the middle frontal gyrus. Between the superior frontal and the inferior frontal line, this is the middle frontal gyrus. and then the last part is the inferior frontal gyrus. Now if we want to know about how the inferior frontal gyrus is again divided into, we need to have an idea about the lateral sulcus. That is, we need to know about the ramus of the lateral sulcus. So basically the rami of the lateral sulcus, it divides into anterior part and posterior part. So the anterior part, it has two again. This is horizontal part and the ascending part. Okay, so basically we know that the lateral sulcus, which is this is a lateral sulcus. So it has three different parts: the anterior horizontal, anterior ascending, and posterior. So here now this will be the horizontal part. The anterior horizontal part is this, the one I drew now. Then here, this is the ascending part. This is the anterior ascending part. And this part here, which is on the lateral sulcus, is the posterior part. So this part from here to here is the pars orbitalis. The part from here to here is triangularis, and from here to here it's pars opercularis. So totally we have, so the sulcus, if you write sulcus and gyrus, so totally we have a precentral sulcus. So this is our precentral sulcus. We have a superior frontal sulcus and inferior frontal sulcus. So corresponding to that, we have precentral gyrus, superior frontal gyrus, middle frontal gyrus, and inferior frontal gyrus. Now in this inferior frontal gyrus, we again have three more, that is pars orbicularis, which is separated by the horizontal lateral sulcus, and we have the triangular, which is in between the horizontal and the ascending lateral rami. And then we have the posterior, which and then we have the pars opercularis, which is between the inferior frontal sulcus and the posterior of the lateral rami.